What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Wallet Monkey channel, where we give you all the credit intel you need to build and establish relationships with the banks and grow your credit profile. Today, we're going to talk and see if Synchrony or Synchrony, however you would pronounce it, if the store cards are still worth it. Now, something that we're seeing in 2021 now across the boards is that more of these co-branded cards and store brand cards are starting to pull additional data points. And the question has to come up, are these cards still worth it? So the card that we're going to feature today is the Amazon store card, which by far I think is one of the most popular cards that people want to go for, because not only can you get in there with lower credit scores, usually, 640s, 660s, 680s can all get approved depending on the credit profile. But also too is you get discounts with your Prime, and it just allows you to get all this stuff that you want to buy. Obviously, maybe it's the wrong intentions there, but yeah, I think it's by far one of the most important cards. Now, a lot of times people are getting store cards, and we've talked about this before, just thinking that they want to get approved for something. I think they want to be accepted, and they think it's going to grow their credit profile. But I can assure you that getting a bunch of store card $500 limit junk is not going to improve your credit score. You're better off getting into ecosystems and building up relationships with bigger quality banks. Your American Expresses, your Chases, figuring out a way into those ecosystems, Navy Feds, Penn Feds, etc. Right? So anyways, here's all the backdoor phone numbers. Still good, still working. Don't got to worry about Walmart because they're Capital One now. But let's talk about the Amazon store card. I want to give you this here. Most people don't even know this exists, but this is the credit quality and ranking system that Amazon uses. So came across this little gem, I don't know, sometime in 2020. So excellent is a credit score above 720, good is a credit score above 680, and fair is a credit score above 640. Yeah, you can get in the door with a 640 to the Prime card, but you're probably going to get like $500 limit, 600, maybe 1,000 if you're lucky. And that's it. So now let's talk about what's starting to kind of change here. Even make this card worth it, because a ton of people, they have issues with getting into the Chase card or the Amex card, which are also options on Amazon side. Is the Amex is business, I believe, or the Chase, or maybe both. One I know is offered personal, and then the rest business. But if you already have relationships with these banks, we go and get an authorized user within these banks. I wouldn't say Amex because they don't give you the full history, but at least it gets you into the ecosystem, gives you a better chance at getting one of these cards. Chase is a better option, I think, but those you could go with too, and like that works just as good. But what I'm hearing is that they're starting to double dip, so it's not just pulling TransUnion, which is by far what they across the boards used to pull, just TransUnion. Then I started hearing early 2021 that hey, they're starting to pull Experian as well, and now that we're getting later into 2021, I'm hearing that they might pull an Equifax as well. They could pull one or just two, so not just a Trans, but also a Equifax or Experian as well with it. So a double pull, and then on top of that, they're pulling SageStream. SageStream, if you haven't checked out that video, I'll link it here in the card, and you can go check that out for additional. They are basically like a second layer data center that gathers information on you, and you can freeze these accounts. You can opt out of these accounts so that you stop getting mailed offers, or you can opt in so that you start getting mailed in offers if you're looking to come out of the garden and start to get more cards. But SageStream is something that it's tricky because a lot of people are told to freeze this, so they freeze it and they don't realize that it matters on especially the Amazon store card, but it does. So check this out. Here's how bad it can get. First off, let's say they just pull your TransUnion. Oh crap, I had SageStream locked. So you call them up, they say, yep, you're denied because Sage was locked down. Okay, call up SageStream or fax them, whatever you gotta do, get that freeze removed, which by the way, there's two types of freezes that you can put on your SageStream, temporary or permanent. So you gotta make sure that you get it removed properly. Then you try and apply again. They can deny you again because maybe it hasn't reported back to them. I've actually read this same thing happening. Maybe it hasn't gotten back to them that it's been removed, which you should usually take like 15 minutes or less, and it's removed, but maybe it's not. So then they're gonna pull a double pull on top of that and still deny you. I mean, you could go through 4 or 5 different hard pulls just to get an Amazon store card? I mean, holy crap. No, not worth it. Not worth it at all. Yeah, in 2021, I think people really got to start asking these deeper questions of like, what is our end goal? What are we trying to do with our credit? And use that as a guiding force to direct you in terms of what cards you should get and what cards you shouldn't. I would say across the boards, store cards, Synchrony cards, Community Bank, which we've got those down here, right? So here's all the Community Bank cards. I would say across the boards, are they worth it? No. Here's your backdoor phone numbers, and then here's all your additional stuff, which all of these have pre-qualifications for as well. Wow, look at all that. So all these have pre-quals as well, so you can check those out and just see where you fare within these ecosystems, because even though these are co-branded cards, it gives you an okay idea, I think, if Wells Fargo fares well, or Citibank. Maybe you're trying to get into Citibank, you could check these out. Capital One, WebBank, and Fortiva. So I would say they're not really worth it. I know a lot of people are gonna flame me for that and say, hey, they are, and hey, you don't understand my credit, my credit profile, etc. I just think that effort would best be used directing you into an ecosystem that's gonna do better, especially now that it seems like you're gonna get not only a TransUnion pull, but an Equifax or an Experian just to get a store card. No thanks. No thanks. It's bad enough that Capital One will pull all three, but I say no. I say no on this. So anyways, I'd love to hear your thoughts though. Comment below with your experience, and especially with the Amazon store card, have they pulled multiple bureaus for you and Sage? If so, comment below, let me know your data points. I'd love to be able to update this page if we can with fresh data. And if you're brand new here, subscribe, hit the bell notification, be on the lookout, more videos coming soon.